Welcome back to What She Said, and Christine and Kate with you today, and in studio joining us now is Corey Dixon, who is a 21-year-old actor, host, YouTuber, motivational speaker, and radio entrepreneur, online radio. Welcome to the show, Corey.
Thank you very much for having me.
I actually think you should be interviewing us, because you have done so much. I mean, primarily, you're here to talk about your motivational speaking and what you do and what's coming up. But let's go back to the very beginning, because you started acting when you were, 5?
Yeah, I started at a very young age doing theater work, and I just always had a love for it, since the age of, even back when I was younger, I was, dancing on the dining room table, with my parents in front of me laughing at me, and then I really did get into theater and started doing plays at the Living Arts Center, and that's kind of what inspired my love for the entertainment industry, and then it just kind of grew from there into multiple different categories and just kind of expanded on it.
Okay, so then you go off to school, and in elementary school you were a helpful kid. In fact, you worked with children who had disabilities. Correct. But this caused you massive problems with the rest of the school community.
Yeah, it did. I mean, it was unfortunate at the time. A lot of people turned their backs on me in elementary school because I was helping out with kids with disabilities, and of course it hurt. But I was staying true to myself and continued to help those kids and be there for those kids. And that, I definitely live by that even till this day. Helping other people and stuff has always been a main thing of mine. Unfortunately, it ended up following me into high school. And,
why were people hating on you for helping kids with disabilities? I don't get that.
To be honest, I look at it this way, bullies might have their own issues too. I mean, a lot of people do. Everyone's a human being, and I look at it as, people are going through their own stuff. Is it okay to bully others? Absolutely not. Can I understand where other people are coming from and that they're going through hurt as well? Yes, I can understand that. Would I ever hate bullies or hate people that pick on other people? No, hate's too strong of a word for me. But do I agree with it? No. I don't think people should be taking their issues out on other people. And that's where I kind of come in and, I'm there for the people that do get bullied. I talk to my fans on a daily basis, direct message them and whatsoever. And, I get tons of direct messages asking, what should I do in this situation? I'm feeling this way. I'm feeling depressed. And, I try to give them the best advice possible.
So, but I don't understand, because the bullying got so bad that you tried to kill yourself.
Yeah, it was more or less in high school. What happened is it kind of expanded. So it went from, me just helping kids out with disabilities to also what ended up happening was I did a music video for a reality TV show called Party Mamas. And that would turn into a huge, specular with that video really went viral. And it was kind of like Rebecca Black's Friday. She got a lot of hate for that. I was kind of in the same category. And, it was an innocent music video, but it was a bad music video, to say the least. I'm not afraid to say that. It was bad. It was a bad song. But it went viral around my school, my high school that I was at the time. And instantly, people started turning their backs on me. The people that I did call friends were no longer my friends. It got to the point where people ended up wanting to pick fights with me just because I was Corey Dixon. It definitely got to me. I got really depressed, left home, school crying a lot of the times. A lot of people didn't know that at the time. It definitely hurt, but, I look back on it now, and obviously it was a gift in a way, because now I can use all the stuff I've learned to help other people.
Do you feel that bullying has gained momentum in the last 10, 20 years, or is it just that with social media and a veil of anonymity, people are able, because there's such a culture of judgment, people judge everybody when it's stuff that's really nobody's business?
Yeah, for sure. I don't understand why people do it in the first place. I do, but I don't. Like I said before, bullies definitely have their own issues. They're humans too. Is it right that they take it out on other people, and is it right that they pick on people for such small things such as a music video? No, I don't think it's right at all. I really do think that bullying, it will never I personally, I don't think it will ever settle down. You know, you're always going to have kids that are getting bullied. It's always going to be a thing. But I think that's why we have, you know, motivational speakers. That's why we have people that go into schools. You know, that's why, you know, even law enforcement standing up and starting to go against bullying is because, you know, it's not a cool thing to do. And at the end of the day, we really just have to come together and try our best to stop bullying as much as we can, even though we know it's not. You know, I mean, I see tons. I still have friends in school, and they're constantly getting bullied, and it's saddening. It really is, to say the least. But you know, it's really good. I think that we have like all these resources now to help the people that are getting bullied, because it's not so much, I think, stopping the bullying at this point. I think more or less it's helping the people that are getting bullied and helping the people that are going through this stuff.
So when you hit your lowest point, how did you pick yourself up? What were the key sort of pillars?
So like for me, it was really difficult. I'm gonna be honest. Like it was very hard. Like I was in and out of the hospital. You know, I was at home locking myself in my room, and it was very difficult to come back. I think when I came back, it was actually after high school that I started to come back and started to really, you know, hit up the entertainment industry, which is what I love. It's my passion to be in it, and that really directed my focus and got me back on track. It was definitely difficult to come back, and I think that, you know, the hospital visits and stuff were definitely not fun, to say the least. You know, and I look back on it now, and I ask, you know, why I had those thoughts, and you know, I obviously know why I had the thoughts, but at the same time, it was a huge confusion for me at the time. You know, being depressed, being down, having the anxiety. I do still live with it, but for different reasons, because I had depression and anxiety throughout high school. Actually, back in April of 2015, I was diagnosed with a heart condition called SVT. So they had to use this medication to slow down my heart rate, and actually stop it at one point because my heart rate was too fast. And that really sent me into another anxiety spiral. But I had it with me like for a young age. So I mean, it's just something I've learned to deal with, and at the same time, I use everything that I've learned to help other kids and to.
Well, you posted a video about that I watched last night, saying that you hadn't been on YouTube for a while, and this is why, telling people about this. It was a couple of different heart conditions, right?
Correct.
That you had, and you're on medication for that, and that you would be coming back.
Yes.
So that's under control, and the anxiety is eased because now you know that it's under control?
I wouldn't say it's fully under control. I mean, without people knowing, I still do have to make hospital visits here and there because of the conditions I do have, which is unfortunate. I think right now, like it's like I did take a break from YouTube purposely because of what was going on. But now, more or less, you know, it's 2016. It's a new year. I'm starting it off fresh. The reason why there's been no recent videos recently is because I'm actually working on content as we speak. So now it's like just the behind the scenes stuff that I'm working on. But I wouldn't say that the stuff I'm going through continuously with the heart condition and stuff right now is putting me on hold. It was at first because didn't know what was going on, was in the hospital, got admitted for quite a little while. Actually had to leave one of my acting gigs at Canada's Wonderland Halloween Haunt because I wasn't able to keep up with the physical activity because of my heart. And yeah, it was definitely
I can't go there
difficult.
Just because of my heart, but that's just because I'm scared.
yeah, for sure. No, it's definitely frightening. I'll give it that. You know, it's our goal to scare the guests as they come in and get them back to the heart attacks.
It really does. So tell us about the radio that's set up in your father's. I mean, did you grow up driving those little Indy cars?
I did. My dad's always been in love with racing himself. He's been huge into like NASCAR Canada and a lot of racing entrepreneurs and stuff, and my dad's dealt a lot with that, so I've kind of just grown the blood for racing, and yes, I have raced myself here and there, but like I said, the entertainment industry has always been a main focus for me, so even though the racing has been there.
There's your dad with a big building for, what's it called?
It's called 401 Mini Indy.
401 Mini Indy, so you can drive little cars around and race. So there's this big building, and you're thinking, let's put on a show. Dad's got space, and Dad said yes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, to be honest with you, actually, it started with specifically radio, actually. It started with me being, wanting to venture off into different avenues of the entertainment industry. And I actually got an intern position at Evanoff Radio. And then I went to Humber for radio broadcasting for a bit. And then I decided to go ahead and try out this online station, which was 401 radio. And it's been extremely successful. I think this year, though, I'm more focusing on my hosting and acting stuff. It's actually, we have another team that's taking over the station for 2016. And I'm more taking a hosting role and acting role. So I've kind of like backed off a bit. I founded it, developed it to a certain degree. And then, now I'm just like, it's still obviously my baby. I built it. I helped to build it. But now I want to really focus on Corey Dixon and who Corey Dixon is.
Click the channel subscribe button for full-length interviews and more from What She Said here on YouTube.